Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. My background is my 38th year coaching football. I've either been a defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator, as well as a head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I want to talk to you about what we call a sniper game, and these are specific to either and or the zone read or the RPO itself, potentially power read as well. And they involve the D line every time and either the inside or outside linebackers. And it's specifically designed to change up the reads for the quarterback. And again, both the zone read as well as an RPO game. Okay, and so let me just explain what you got here up front. For the defensive end on the call side, and I'll explain that. Okay, the dash line here is what we call 58 front, which puts the defensive end in a 5 technique. And the solid line, apologize for the spelling, is what we call our base 50 front. Okay, in either case, they are dive defenders, bending for the dive. Okay, so what is meant by static here, and why there are 2 dash lines, the inside linebacker, now this is how we know which side is executing the sniper game. It's typically executed versus offset halfback. So when we make an east call, east, 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 that means the halfback is to our right. Like when you're looking at the US, the east coast is the right coast, west coast is the left coast. So if the back were over here, we'd say west. So for a stud, he hears east, he knows. For the end, here's west, he knows. Okay? And the linebacker on the side of the back just simply says static, static, static. So what that means for the linebacker, I'll start with the linebacker. What we call, read the mesh. Okay? So they're at depth, and whether the defensive end is in a 58 or a 50, so a 5 technique or a 4, they're going to get hands on. So when they're in the 58 5 technique, they have to friction down. They got to get hands on and knock the tackle off course. So they can't just climb up and block the linebacker. And when it happens, I'll explain to you what we tell our inside linebacker. And then continue on what we say bend down the line of scrimmage, copping a feel off the butts of the offensive line because you're a dive defender. And we're trying to force the quarterback to keep the football. We call Xbox. The X is here. See, the end's going in. Potentially, when the quarterback does what we want him to, keeps it, the inside linebacker's coming out. X action. Okay, the B means bend. So the B tells the defensive end dive. B gap, dive. Okay, hence X box. All right. And so when the inside linebacker, when you say static technique, they just keep their back foot hot. Okay, zit stepping, like we teach our safeties and corners, zit step. They keep this back foot hot, zit stepping as they read the mesh and they're ready to react. So when they see the quarterback has it, boom, they come up there an inside quarterback defender. If for whatever reason the quarterback gives the football, now it's the backer in this case, but the static inside linebacker, he's going to plug the A gap if it's open. If it's closed, he's going to fold over the top. Okay, B gap's taken care of. So if the ball's given to the back, A gap if open, if closed, and it could be because the defensive end has bended and taken it away, he's going to fold over the top. 51 technique, because this DN's still playing B gap, part of base defense, so therefore this is a C gap defender. Sky supports, so again, playing read the hat technique here. Everything stays the same. Right? Now, in a 4 technique, 50, now the defensive end, in this case the stud, utilizes the slant technique. So he's going to step at the hip of the guard and penetrate, and then when the action, he sees the back inside, he's going to bend. Okay, he will bend down the line. So by the time he gets up in here, the mesh is most likely determined. If if the back is still in the mesh, the defensive lineman is bending because he's a dive defender. So consequently, okay, now the inside linebacker reading the mesh, if the offensive tackle is able to climb up on him and get to him, so it's either not blurring his vision or he's physically about to make contact with the inside line, we teach the inside linebacker to play quarterback. Okay, play quarterback. There's a lot of space there. Yes, you have help, but we say play the quarterback because we got five guys over here that can take care of the dive. If the offensive tackle gets into your vision and or is ready to block you, we say play the quarterback. And if he doesn't have it, that's fine. But we'd rather you play the quarterback that doesn't have the ball than come jumping in here and then the quarterback does have it, and now we potentially have an issue. Okay, because this edge is going to move. If these guys get occupied, slip, trip, make a misread, the quarterback can potentially hit us right up the chute. Now, we would call this when we want the quarterback to run the football. So if a team likes to run the zone read in the RPO scheme, but the quarterback's not the better runner, then we're going to run this and say to the offense, we want your quarterback to run the football. Okay, and that's the point of sniper games. So if they come out in east, we say east, 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 and so these two guys know. You don't have to make a Lucky Ringo call. Notice it doesn't say that anywhere. If the halfback changes sides, so now I say check west, 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 west. Now the end and the mic will execute it. And if he's in a 4, he's going to be slanting, and now the nose knows. Okay, on an east, he goes left, he goes away. On a west, he goes right. Boom, done. But these calls have to be made, these east-west calls, on every single snap, whether we're running sniper or not. They have to make an east-west call every snap. One, it gets them in the habit, but two, if they don't do that when they really need it and everybody is depending upon the east-west call and they don't get it, well, now you can't execute the sniper game. So I'm a big believer in creating good habits. So you make your communication calls pre-snap all the time, regardless. If you're just playing 50 gray 4, you make the east-west, you make your lefts, your rights, your liz, your rips, rabbits for motion, everything. Okay, please make the calls, what we tell you. Make your run supports, orbit, stacks, every single snap. So it's happening. Okay? But these are some of the simple games. They involve 3 defenders to how we try and give different reads, try and dictate to the offense who's going to get the ball, and either the zone read and or the RPO, which the zone read's part of, right, at times, depending on the scheme. So we can sort as much as possible dictate to the offense and play base coverage behind it. We can play our base match quarters, and we have some other coverages that'll be in other presentations that are tweaked to play the RPO game a little bit differently. So again, we have a plan B, so the offense can't always predict what we're going to be doing. So please, as always, I'd encourage you, any questions, reach out to me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.